Welcome. So please, before we start, if you guys can hear me, say hello in the chat. Yeah, so I know that everything is okay. So can you hear me, people of the internet? Good afternoon, Garima. Everybody's saying hello, hello, hello. Yes, I can hear you. All right, people are saying that they can hear me, which is great. So hello and welcome everybody to another Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, the 10th of January, 2018. So Happy New Year if I did not see you last week. And welcome to the class. My name is Karim and I will be your teacher for today. So I see a lot of people in the chat. Hello, everybody. Everybody's going crazy saying hello and hi and a lot of really, really nice things in the chat. So hi, everybody. I'll give a quick shout out to most of the people that I see, or at least as much as I can. So Sergio is in the house today. Hello, Sergio. Hello, Solo Wolf. Solo Wolf. I like that name, and I've said that before. Gilmara Machado is here from Brazil. Hello, Gilmara. Syra, or Sarah, I don't know how to say that name. It's S-Y-R-A. And Deed, I think that's Deed. Hamid is also in the house. Who else do we have here? We have Gertrudis. Welcome back, Gertrudis. Thank you for coming to the class again. Hanan is also here today. We have Sayed. We have, who else do we have? We have Hamid. There's Hamuz. There is Bisma. Bisma is back. Welcome, Bisma, to the class, and thank you for coming. As always, Saltine is here. Dalia is here. We have Johnny. We have Selma. We have Latifa. We have Feta. Jacqueline. Hello, Jacqueline. Welcome, and thank you for coming to the class again. Selma is here. Who else is here? We have Mings. And we have... Where are my usual suspects? Ah, there they are. Rosa. Rosa's here. Hello, Rosa, and thank you for coming as always. And Jacqueline, too, thank you for coming as usual. Mohsin is also here, you guys. We have Candy, 4473. Hello, Candy. Pascal is back. Hey, Pascal, thank you for coming as always to the class. Summer is here, everybody. Hello, Summer. Thank you, Summer, for coming as usual. Judith is also back. Hello, Judith. Fox Free. We have Fox Free today. Fox. I like that name. Fox. Pilar is also here. Hello, Pilar. Thank you for coming, as usual, to the class. We have a lot of people in the chat today, you guys. A lot of you are in here today, which is very, very nice. Always good to see a lot of people in the chat and attending the class. Bisma is also here. Hello, Bisma and Osama. And Zanio? Zanio? Is that how you say your name? I think it's Zanio. Manal is also here. Mariam and Arij. Hello, Arij. Al-Shabah. Al-Shabah is here. I'm very scared. That's because Al-Shabah in Arabic, you guys, means the ghost. Summer is saying hi. Hey, Summer. Thank you for coming to the class. And Ibrahim is also here. Ibrahim is saying, are you Arabian? Am I Arab, you mean? Yes, I am originally Arab. Rosa's having problems. Yes, just try to refresh the page, Rosa, and everything should be okay. Oh, and Noura is here. Hello, Noura. Thank you for coming to the class. Yes, long time no see. Thanks for coming back. So you guys, hello and welcome to the class. If you don't know who I am, my name is Karim. I am a teacher here at CCEL and also at Canadian College. I've been teaching here since 2012, so I've been here for quite some time now, about 5 years or almost 6 years. Yeah, and I teach English as a second language in the morning, and I teach a couple of business classes in the college, usually in the afternoons. So that's who I am. So welcome and thank you for coming. Today, some people are asking about what are we going to be doing today. Well, today I want to do something different, right? So we're going to do a little different kind of class. We are going to be talking about some useful slang or idioms, right? So some slang, some idioms, you might know some of it, but it's pretty useful slang. So we're going to be talking about a little bit of slang, and I'll get you guys to use it and write some sentences and things like that with it. Brahim just joined the class. Hello, Brahim. Rosa says that it's okay now after she refreshed, and that is awesome. How's the weather in Canada? It is very, very cold, The weather in Canada is very, very cold right now. I actually, if because I'm sitting in this room right now, I look like this, but I have 2 jackets and a scarf on on outside of the camera frame. So yeah, it's very, very cold in Canada right now. Fatih says, "Nice to see you." Thank you, Fatih, very much. Nice to nice to see your name. I can't see you, but it's nice to see your name. So thank you very, very much. Rosa, yes, I know you're there, Rosa. I mentioned you already twice. Hello, Rosa, and thanks for always coming to the class. Rosa has never missed a class since the very, very beginning, you guys. Even when she was in hospital, which is very, very impressive. Rosa is the star student here, which is very, very cool. Who else do we have? Manal says, "I'm so glad I found your channel." Awesome. If just remember, Manal, my channel is not actually just me, right? So if you go to the Smrt channel, there's lots of very cool teachers that you can find there. But I'm happy that you found the channel, and hopefully that it'll be very beneficial for you, and hopefully you enjoy it and you learn something from it. Mohsen says, "Hello, I'm coming." All right, Mohsen, we're right here, man. We're not going anywhere. We are right here, waiting for you. Najd, hello, Najd. She's from Saudi Arabia. We said channel Smart English. Hi, Najd, and welcome to the class. Pascal says, "You're the Pascal, I can't agree to that. Otherwise, I'll be very, very arrogant. But thank you, Pascal. You're awesome." Who else do we have? Oh, and Noor is here. I learned a long time ago not to try to pronounce Noor's first name, so I always call I call her by Noor. And oh, Johnny says it's going to be his first live class. Well, Johnny, let's try to put on a good show for you today. Hopefully you'll like it, and this will not be your last Smrt class. All right, my first class from Israel. Hello, Mengs, and welcome to the class. Very, very nice to have you in the class. All right, so let's see what's happening, you guys. So as I said, my name is Karim. I've been working here at Smrt and CCL for about 5-6 years. Let me just do a very quick introduction, and then we will start with today's lesson. Manal says, "I'm from England, and I'm wondering if you'd be covering British slang." I'm afraid not. We're not going to be covering British slang because I am not in that area, right? So it's mostly going to be North American slang. But like I said, right, the slang that I'll be doing with you guys today is useful slang, right? So it's not specific to North America. So a lot of British people can use the same slang, because yeah, I'm not going to be focusing on the rude or the like very, very street slang and things like that. I'm going to be talking about slang and idioms, or phrasal verbs, if you want to call them that way, that are more common in the day-to-day uses, right? So we're going to be talking about things like that. Noor is saying, "Is this your class in the new year?" What do you mean, is this my class in the new year? Do you mean this is my first class? No, it's not my first class in the new year. I think this is my second class in the new year. Ibrahim says this is the first time. Welcome, Ibrahim. Thank you for coming. All right, so let me go a little bit smaller and get out of the face, because I'm too big right now. So 1 and 2 and whew, yay, I'm small. All right, so you guys are watching me on the awesome Smrt English channel on YouTube. So this is where you're watching this class right now. If you did not do so, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell button. We are this close, you guys, to reach 100,000 subscribers, which is going to be awesome. I want to get that silver button and put it somewhere behind me when I'm streaming. But yes, we're very, very, very close to the 100,000 subscribers. So please help us reach 100,000 subscribers. Share our videos. Talk about us. Tell your friends about us. All the cool people that you know in your life. Yeah, very excited to reach 100,000 subscribers. It should be nice. So yes, please don't forget, subscribe, hit the bell button. When you do that, you will know when all the new lessons that are coming, right? So you can see when the new lessons are going to be, you can see the dates, the time, and you are going to get reminders for them. Also, on the Smrt page, if you guys go all the way down, you will see these 3 circles. So Sean is in the first circle. This is Sean. You can look at Sean. And then when you look at me, I want you guys to click on my face, right? So click like so, on my face, and it will take you to my Smrt page, right? So this is Smrt English with Karim, and you guys are doing a fantastic job because we are 645 subscribers now. We keep going up every week, which is nice. And if you guys remember, our goal, I don't see Julian in the chat today, but Julian knows this very well. Our goal is to beat Sean's subscriber number, right? So Sean is still more than us, 886, but we're also going up at the same time. So let's pick up the pace, you guys. I want to kill Sean's subscriber number. Well, not kill it, but I want to surpass it, right? I want to go higher than Sean. So let's do this. We can do it, you guys. I believe in you. So please help me do that. So please don't forget, on my page you'll find some different things. So I do something called Vancouver Out and About. I go around Vancouver. If I see something cool or something nice, I take a small video and I share it with you guys, right? So short videos, 2 minutes, 1 minute, few seconds, it depends. Also, I do phrases with Karim. I upload some phrases and I ask what you guys think they mean. And we have sort of a conversation in the chat about it, right? So please, if you like, I would appreciate it if you go to my channel also, Smrt English with Karim, and please hit the subscribe button over there and the bell button to get notifications about new videos. Also, because a lot of people ask me this every week in the chat, some people talk about, some people ask me about the music that I play on these lessons when you guys are doing exercises and stuff, right? So you can find all of this on my channel. Go to my channel, go to the bottom of my channel, and you will find the music playlist. Third and last thing on YouTube is Food AF. So a lot of you know this already because you've been coming to my classes a lot, but I also have a personal food channel on YouTube where I do cooking videos, right? So I cook some food that I think is interesting, and I make an episode out of it on YouTube. So it's not English, but I talk in English, so you guys can go practice listening. And this is how I normally talk, right? So you can see me talking naturally and normally, not in my teacher voice. And so you can use it for listening practice. And you can also learn how to make some pretty interesting dishes, right? I make very original food, and hopefully you guys will like it. So yeah, so that's my channel, Food AF. Please go check it out, subscribe, hit the bell button. I would love you guys for that. And that is pretty much it for YouTube. One more important thing, Fatah says you should invite us. Well, if you watch my shows, then you can cook it yourself. It'll be like you're eating it with me, right? Manal says, I haven't subscribed to your channel. I've just subscribed to Smrt English. That is totally fine. I don't like to force anybody to subscribe to my channel. If you want to, please do. If you don't want, I still like you anyway. It's all cool. No problems with that. So don't worry about it. If you don't subscribe, don't worry, but I'll be very happy if you subscribe to my channel. So Mustafa's asking what AF means as usual, and I always say this. AF is not PG-13, so I can't tell you on this channel, but you can very easily find out if you go over there. And if somebody knows, please don't type it in the chat, you guys. Let's keep the chat clean, please, and don't force me to delete you. So that's it, right? So please check out my Food AF channel. It's fun. I like to do it, and I have a little fun doing that. So hopefully I will see you there. Next, we have Facebook. So I highly recommend, if you guys don't know yet, we have a Facebook group, right? So our group, where is the group? Why is the group not here today? Where did the group go? Somebody took it from my live feeds. All right, anyway, it shouldn't be that hard to find Karim Smrt Live. If I go to, where's groups, man? I can't find my stuff. Here it is. All right, so this is our group. It's called Learn English on Facebook with Smrt. If you guys go there, it's a very big group, more than 24,000 people. Hassanaya is saying, hi teacher. Hello Hassanaya, welcome to the class, and thank you very much for coming. So the group is called Learn English on Facebook with Smrt. Very nice group. It's huge, 24,000 people. And everybody's really nice in the group, right? Everybody's very cool. People like to help each other. You can ask questions about English, about grammar, about anything that's English related, and people usually will help you out, right? So it's a very cool group. Please come and join us over there. And that is pretty much it. So let's get on with today. Manal says, I like food. That's great, Manal. Then you will like Food AF. Don't forget to subscribe. What are you guys doing? Watching Food AF, you can also keep learning English. Yes, Rosa is absolutely right. If you continue watching Food AF, you will also practice English, which is what or why all of us are here. Okay, you people, let's begin. So before I start, as usual, of course, we are going to announce the winner of the movie quote of the week last week. And I think this is the third or fourth, week in a row. Smrt is killing it, you guys. So this was the quote. When this is over, we have to pay Jabba the Hutt here a visit. I'll bring the chainsaw. I'll bring the beer. So this was the quote last week. And some of you got tricked by the word Jabba the Hutt, right? So some of you I tricked you with this word because Arij wrote Star Wars, right? So Jabba the Hutt, of course, is a very popular character from Star Wars, and I think that's why Arij thought the movie was Star Wars when she saw the word Jabba the Hutt or the name Jabba the Hutt. But that is not correct. That is not the movie that this phrase was from, and the winner again is Smrt. So Smrt, congratulations, a virtual high five to you. Good job, Smrt. And she beat Julian. Again, sorry, Julian, but Smrt beat you. Oh, Smrt says it's the 5th time. Man, Smrt is like the undefeated champion right now of movie quote of the week. So, so yeah, good job, Smrt. Very, very well done. And of course, this is from a movie that is called Tango and Cash. So Tango and Cash, very, very old Sylvester Stallone and Kurt Russell action movie, right? So it's a very old, I think it was in the 80s, something like that. Yeah, 1989, right? So at the end of the 80s and early 90s, I would say, right? So end of the 80s, Tango and Cash, it's an action movie. In I think by the way, the 80s, that was the best decade for action movies. Action movies in the 80s were the best. Unfortunately, we don't have any more movies like that. Nina, hello Nina, and welcome to the class. Thank you for coming. Everybody's congratulating Smrt on winning. Yes, good job, Smrt. You are killing it. Fantastic. All right, and as usual, if you guys stay to the end of the class today, I will give you the new movie quote of the week, and you get a chance to break Smrt's streak, right? A streak, by the way, this is a good word for you guys. A streak. Let me write that. Right? So her winning streak usually is what I'm talking about, right? So a winning streak. A streak is when you have many wins after each other, right? So she won the first, second, third, fourth, fifth time in a row, right? So that's called a streak now. If somebody else wins today, you will break Smrt's streak. So let's see if somebody can break Smrt's streak, or if Smrt will continue to dominate the movie quote of the week. Consecutive wins, yes, very good, very, very good. A lot of you are saying consecutive wins. Yes, that's a good explanation for a streak or a winning streak. Very well done, you guys. Okay, so let's start with today's lesson. We've wasted enough time. All right, so what are we doing? So we're doing slang today, or phrasal verbs, or some idioms. So let's see. Smrt says she's going to continue. Well, let's see if you can, Smrt. All right, let's start. So I'm going to go word by word with you guys, right? I'll say the word. I'll give you guys a chance to tell me what it is in the chat, and then we'll try to see if you can get some sentences or some examples with the words in, right? So the first phrase that we are using today, right? The first phrase is get in. To get in. So what do you guys think we use get in for, right? If somebody says get in, what's a common situation that we can use get in for? So let's see. Some of you are saying to go inside, to come in, to enter. Not bad. Those are not bad. There we go. And Noor says get in a car. Very well done, Noor, right? So this is the meaning that I wanted to talk about today, right? So today, when we say get in, what we're actually talking about is so. We're talking about entering a car, right? To enter a car or to get into a car. And I want to make it a little bit clearer, actually, right? So get in is when you enter a private car, right? So I find that if I explain this part more, it makes people not forget it, right? So get in is for a private car. So what do I mean by a private car? Private car, obviously, it's a car that you own, or a car that belongs to a friend or somebody that you know, right? Cars, any car really, right? On the street, we use the phrase "get in," which means to enter, right, the car. Now, you can also say, get into the taxi. Hey, come on, we're late. Get into the taxi so we can go, right? So enter a private car / or taxi, right? So that's what we say. Someone's car, get in a closed space. Yes, okay, I would agree with that. You can definitely say get in. Hey, can you please get in the room so we can close the door? Yeah, I would say that's pretty common. You will hear a lot of people say that. But yeah, right? So in general, we're talking about get in when we are talking about entering a private car, right? A private car or a taxi. So we consider taxi to be private, right? It's not public because, well, you don't get into a taxi with a lot of people that you don't know, right? Usually it's you and your friends, or maybe you're going to share a taxi with one other person, right? So we consider taxis to be private, right? So enter a car or to enter a taxi. Solo wolf, is this considered to be slang? Well, phrasal verbs, if you think about phrasal verbs, they are a type of slang, right? So because really you're using words that don't mean what they originally mean, right? To get is to acquire, to get something, right? So yeah, so a phrasal verb is, I would say, it's a type of slang. And actually in the Smrt, so this is from American Slang and Idioms in Smrt, right? So actually that's where the lesson is from, right? So yeah, we consider it to be part of slang. All right, let's carry on. Now, get on. What would we use? So would you just use these phrases in informal settings? No, not only in informal. You can use them also in normal settings. And that's why I'm saying these phrasal verbs are useful, right? I'm not going to be really focusing on slang, like really heavy slang, more on phrasal verbs and idioms, which are considered a type of slang. So some people are, oh, very good. Noor is saying the bus. Noora is asking about how about hop in the car. Yes, you can say hop in the car, but hop is H-O-P, Noor. Be careful, not H-U-P. Okay. To enter in big vehicles. That's an interesting way to describe it. Enter into big vehicles. Well, yes, but today we're focusing on vehicles, yes, right? So remember, the title of this is Get on the Bus, right? So we're talking about slang that's related really to vehicles and getting in and out of vehicles and things like that. So who was it? Somebody said it here. Noor, I think. Yes, Noor said to get on. Oh, you guys are typing a lot. I lost it. I don't know where it went. Rose is saying to get on the bus, train, plane, etc. Igor is saying, hi, am I late? Don't worry about it, Igor. No worries. As long as you came, that's fine. Thank you for coming. Will you use them in academic essay then? Would you use them in an academic essay? Well, yeah, I would use some of these in an academic essay. Yeah, I wouldn't say that they're considered to be slang in the kind of way that you can't use it in an academic setting. Yeah, you can. I would say yes, Manel. Boom, 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 boom. What you guys are saying? To get on. Remember, guys, keep your explanations limited to vehicles, right? So we're talking about vehicles today, and transportation and things like that, right? So try to think of the meanings that are related to that sort of stuff. having a friendly relationship. I think you mean to get along, Judith, not to get on. All right, so here we go. Getting on, you guys, basically is when you enter a public vehicle, right? So a public vehicle, and this is why for get in, I wanted to write the word private, right? So that's usually the difference. So you get in a car, but you get on a bus, right? So you can't say to somebody, hey, get in the bus. We just don't, right? So the bus, any public kind of transportation, we say on, right? So we use the preposition on here, or the word on. So to get on the bus, can you please get on the bus? We are going to be late. Get on, also like Rosa said, you can get on a train, you can get on a plane, you can get on a ferry. A ferry is a boat that transports people, usually to places that don't have roads, like an island or something like that. It transports people and cars even sometimes. But in general, we use get on for any kind of public transportation, right? So if you get on something where there are a lot of other strangers, then we usually say get on, right? And we consider that to be public transportation, which is exactly what you guys are typing in the chat, which is very, very good, right? So all of you are saying things that are related to public transportation, to get on the bus, get on the train, yes, very good. To enter a public vehicle, yes, Gilmara, that's it. Get on a ship. You can boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I would say some people say that, but it's more correct to say you board a ship, right? To board a ship, B-O-A-R-D. You board, get on board a ship. But yes, you guys are getting it. Very good. Next word is to let in. To let in. Right? So very simply, to let in means to allow someone to enter some kind of space, right? Hey, can you please let me in? I forgot my keys inside, right? Can you please let me in? I forgot my keys inside. Yes, all of you guys are exactly, you're saying to allow somebody to enter, right? Or to allow something in somewhere. Very good. Cesare, I don't know how to say your name, I'm sorry. Greetings from Italy. Greetings, Cesare or Caesar, and welcome to the class. So yeah, so to let in is to allow someone entrance, right? To allow someone entry, to allow somebody to enter somewhere, right? Please let me in. Please let me in, right? Allow me to enter. Next word, to get out of. To get out of. Remember, we're talking about transportation, right? Mostly transportation today. So to get out of, what do we use to get out of? What do you guys think? To exit. Okay, Mustafa says to exit. Now, I'm not gonna say that's wrong, but it's not clear, Mustafa. To exit what is the real question here. I was alone till I found new friends who got me out of the cold. Yes, Solo Wolf, that's not a bad sentence. It's a pretty good sentence. But remember, please try to relate it to transportation, you guys, right? Try to relate it to vehicles and transportation. Escape of something. I wouldn't say escape, Hamuz. Because if you escape, that means you're trying to run away from something bad or dangerous, right? Or somewhere where you don't want to be. So I would not use the word escape. Yes, Nadia, I said phrasal verbs. But if you think about it technically, a phrasal verb is what? It's a word used for a different meaning. So some people classify it under slang, right? Some people argue about that, but that's not the point, right? It doesn't really matter. We're gonna look at the words, what they mean, and how we use them, right? That's what's important. Don't get caught up in the semantics too much, right? Semantics are words for different things or different meanings for the same thing. Get out. Where are we? What are you guys saying? To leave a vehicle, okay. To go out, to get out of a bus. Mustafa says to get out of a bus. Yes, that's correct. I got out. No, wait a second. To get out of a bus is not correct, actually, Mustafa. And you will see why very, very soon. Sorry about that, you guys. To get out of a bus is not correct. I got out of a car. Yes, Jerby says I got out of a car. That is correct. To go away from something. To go away from something. That's not the meaning we're talking about today, Rosa. Arij says to leave something. All right, so you guys are close, but you're not 100%, right? So get out. Very simply, it's correct. It's to exit or to leave. But what? To exit or leave what? We use it when you're leaving a car. And again, the same as the first one. Personally, I like to say when you leave a private, right? A private car, or again, a taxi, right? So remember, we consider taxis to be private. Judith says something is wrong, no live connection, no sound. I think you need to refresh, Judith. Let me type that in the chat for her since she can't hear me. Refresh, Judith, because I think everybody else seems to be okay. So yeah, try refreshing, Judith. Yeah, everybody else says that the sound is okay. Yes, try to refresh, Judith. You just probably froze there for a while. All right, so please remember, guys, get out of, you are correct. It means to leave, it means to exit, but you have to be specific, right? It doesn't mean to leave or to exit anything, right? When we say get out of, we're usually talking about private stuff, right? So private car or a taxi. Please get out of the car. Please get out of the taxi, right? So anything like that, cars or taxis. Now, Mustafa, earlier you said to get out of a bus, and I told you that that was not correct, and this is the reason why. Because for buses or for public transportation, we use to get off, right? Leave, I wouldn't say this is correct, right? So I would say leave public vehicles, right? When you leave a public vehicle, we say to get off. So that's the difference, Mustafa. I hope you remember it, right? So if you're talking about a bus, if you're talking about a train, if you're talking about an airplane, a sea bus, a ferry, anything that's public transportation, right? We usually say get off, right? So where are you right now? I am getting off the bus right now. I will be there in 2 minutes, right? I'm getting off the bus right now. I'll be there in 2 minutes. I am getting off the train. Mustafa says, I will remember it. Good. That's great. All right. Bisma is saying get off is for public transport, and it's the opposite of to get on. That's exactly correct. Yes, right? So get on is for public transport. Remember to enter some kind of public transport, and get off, just like Bisma says, is the opposite, right? So when you leave or you exit or you go out from some kind of public transportation. Dalia says you should get out of a car and walk. You should get out of a car and walk to lose your weight. Yes. Yeah, you should. Or if you want, that's one way to do it. Put on a shirt, a hat, and a coat. That's correct, Summer, but yes, we're just focusing on, remember, we are focusing on vehicles today, right? So transportation and vehicles. So put on, you guys. And I tricked you. So yes, you guys are correct. Put on, there's nothing really that I can think of off the top of my head right now that I can use for transportation with put on, right? So put on is the exception, or one of the exceptions to some of the words that we're doing on today. Put on your seatbelt. Ooh, that's not a bad one, Nadia. Nadia found the link to public transportation. Yes, you put on your seatbelt. That is very, very good. Rosa is asking a question. So get out of is the opposite of get in, and get off is the opposite of get on. You are correct. Yes, Rosa. That is very, very. Yeah, that's a good. That's a good explanation of what they are. Yeah, that's what they mean. Put on your helmet. Very good. That's something else that might be related to transportation or maybe sports. You put on your helmet. You put on your clothes. Put on your glasses when you drive. Yes, that's also correct. To get dressed or to wear some clothes. Yeah, right. So it's very, very common. We use put on when we're talking about clothes, right? So. But I think it was Nadia, right? Yes, Nadia said that you can also say put on for your seatbelt, which is correct. That's correct. We can use put on for seatbelt. Well, yes, Garima, while driving. Oh, Garima, welcome to the class. Thank you for coming. All right, next word is take off. So what is to take off? Where do we use that? To take off is to pass him. I don't know what you mean, Hamouz, exactly. If you can explain more, that would be good. Take off a seat belt. An airplane takes off. Yes, Mustafa, very, very good. The plane is about to take off. Very good, yes. Planes take off. Planes. Yes, a lot of you guys are saying planes. And usually that is correct if you're talking about public transportation, right? So somebody was saying about taking off your clothes here because we used it for put on, and that is also correct. So let's write both of them. So remove from your body, or when a plane leaves the ground, right? So that's the moment that we say take off, right? So take off is the moment that the airplane, you know, when just before an airplane takes off, like I said now, right? It goes on the runway very, very, very fast, and then it takes off, right? So takeoff is the moment when the airplane leaves the ground, right? And starts to fly, right? So that's taking off, leaving the ground, basically. It's the opposite of landing. Yes, if you're talking about airplanes, a takeoff is the opposite of landing, right? And landing is when the plane slowly, right? We say descends. Descends means decrease in height in the air, right? So when a plane descends and then lands, right? That's called a landing. Very good. You can also, Dalia has some clothes examples. So take off your shoes before entering the house. Yes. Take off your clothes, take off your hat, take off, you can even use it for watches. You can take off your watch. It's the opposite of landing or descending. It's not the opposite of descending, right? So be careful, Morocco. It's not the opposite of descending. I would say the opposite of descending is ascending, right? And that does not necessarily mean takeoff, right? It's not. It doesn't have to mean takeoff. So I wouldn't say descending. But yes, it's definitely the opposite of landing. Passing the front car. Oh, okay, I see what you're talking about, Hamouz. No, that's not take off. You're talking about to, what's that called? To overtake. You're talking about overtake, right? When you overtake the car in front of you. That's called overtake. Not take off, right? It's a different word. Bypass, yes, bypass is similar to overtake. Yeah, bypass is similar to overtake. And Garima has a very that's very good, Garima. Garima has an emoji in the chat that represents taking off and landing. Yeah, very good. Morocco says it might also mean to remove. Yes, it could mean that. You can take off a bandage, for example, or a band-aid. You can take off a cast if you break your arm, you know, that white thing. Well, it used to be white, now they're all different colors. When you break your arm, right, or you break any bone in your body, that tough, hard, white stuff, right? Yeah, you can also take that off. Very good. All right. To call up. So what is to call up? Oh, you're welcome, Morocco. No problem. That's why I'm here. You're very, very welcome. So what's the next word, you guys? To call up. To call up someone on the phone. Ooh, very good, Mustafa. Yes, I called him up for a coffee. Nice. Calling someone on the telephone. Yes, Rosa. To call up meeting. Call back. Call up. Call up doesn't mean to call back, right? Because what is call back? Call back means somebody called you and they did not find you. And now you're calling back, right? That means you're calling them because you missed their call the first time. So it doesn't mean to call back. It's a little bit different, Judith. So yeah, to call up basically is to call someone on the telephone, right? To call up is to call someone on the telephone, right? So I would say to call, right? Call someone on the telephone. Oh, nothing, Johnny. To call and to call up someone is basically the same thing, right? So call up is just, it's just a phrasal verb that means to call, right? It's a different way of saying to call. Oh, Shravi has a good sentence. He says, like, call the graduates up to the stage one by one. Yes, that's a very good sentence. Very, very nice. Solo Wolf, we ain't talking about transport anymore. Yeah, well, I told you there's going to be some words in there that are not completely transport. But it's part of the transport lesson here, right, on American slang. And I'm just using the lesson, to be honest, from Smrt. So there's a mix. We like to mix things up every now and then. And also because, remember, English has exceptions everywhere, so we have to follow this rule, right? We have to always include some exceptions. Otherwise, it's not going to be English or an English class. How can you have English class without exceptions? Call me up. Is that correct? Yes, that is correct, Arid. You can say to someone, or you can tell someone to call you up. Yes, sure, no problem with that. Sami Bakhit says, hi. Hello, Sami, and welcome to the class. Thank you for coming. Okay, let's carry on, you guys. To Facebook. Oh, what's that? What is to Facebook? This is a bit more modern, obviously. So Solo Wolf says to text somebody. To connect on Facebook. It doesn't mean to connect. But let's see what they have here, right? So it says to Facebook means to send someone a message on Facebook, right? To send someone a message on Facebook. And I'll also be very honest with you guys. I also saw many people that use it to mean that basically they are on Facebook, right? So for example, let's say I'm sitting at home, I'm on Facebook, and you call me and you say, hey, Karim, what are you doing? And I'll say, oh, well, nothing much, I'm just Facebooking, right? Just Facebooking. Right, so it could also mean, a lot of people, I notice this, more and more people are also using it to mean that they are just on Facebook right now, right? It doesn't have to mean that you are texting or you are messaging somebody. It can just mean that maybe you're just browsing, you're just looking at Facebook. So yeah, so that's another common way to use that also. To use Facebook to talk to someone, yes. To be contacting on Facebook with someone, yeah. To chat on Facebook, yes. Yeah, so all of you guys are correct. Just remember, you can also add one more meaning, which is just to be on Facebook. It just means you're using it, right? It doesn't have to mean that I'm texting somebody. Maybe I'm just looking, right? I'm just looking at all my friends' feeds, or I'm just looking at the different pictures, or I'm just looking at a group, or something like that, right? So it can also mean that. Judith, is it a verb? Yes, it's a verb. Yeah, definitely, it's a verb. Surfing Facebook, yes, Hasanaya, right? That's what I meant, yes, right? So one more meaning to that is like you are surfing, right? So they are on Facebook or surfing, right? Surfing Facebook. Yes, Judith, it is a verb. Yep. To Facebook. You know what? It's exactly like to Google, which is this verb. Right? So to Google, I'm sure all of you guys can guess, and I just told you that it's the same. To Google means, oh, a lot of you are writing answers here for this one. So to Google means to search something on Google, in the Google search engine. To Google means to search. To Google means to search something on the web, to search something on Google, go searching on the web, searching something. Can I use it in a past tense? Yes, you can. You can use it in a past tense. I Googled this yesterday and I found out that you are lying. Whatever. Yeah, you can use it in the past tense, definitely. Just like a normal verb. Facebook is a noun and a verb too. Yes, Gilmara, it is a verb too. Well, it started as a noun, but because of how common it is these days, a lot of people have turned it, or they created a verb out of it. But yeah, definitely it's a verb, yes. So to Google is the same thing, right? To Google just means to search for something using Google, right? And that's it, right? To Google something means to search for something using Google. Hey, can you please Google what blah 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 means? I don't have my phone right now, right? Can you please Google what this means, right? So yes, you can use it as a verb. Zaid is asking a question. Zaid is saying, can we say I called him up on the phone, or we don't need to add on the phone? So yes and yes. So you can say the first sentence. There's nothing wrong with that. And also, yeah, there's no need really to say on the phone, right? If you say I called him up, most people would assume that you're talking about the phone, or at least from your context, they will understand what you meant. But yeah, so you can say the first sentence, no problems, or you can also take out or omit on the phone, and you are still going to be correct. To search. Yes, right? So all of you are getting what to Google means, right? To Google means to search or research something on Google, right? Using Google. And it's a very common, very common thing, right? So I use it all the time. I Google stuff every day. Why? Manal saying, why isn't there one for Yahoo? Well, because Yahoo, I guess, is not as popular as Google, right? They did not succeed as much as Google did. That's really it. It's just Yahoo was not popular enough to the point that people felt that they needed to turn it into a verb. I've never heard anybody say, I'm Yahooing this. Or maybe it just sounds weird. Maybe somebody tried and then they heard that it sounds weird and they were like, nah, we shouldn't do that. I am YouTubing. I don't think I've heard that. No, yeah, I don't think I've ever heard that, Summer. I don't think YouTubing is a verb. Actually, why don't we find out? Can we use YouTube as a verb? This is literally how I Google stuff. I just type the question like I'm talking to a human being, and usually Google finds what I want to find, or what I'm looking for. Dalia says, please explain to Google with an example. Oh, I just did. So for example, somebody was asking me, can we use YouTube, right, or YouTube, as a verb? So I'll say something like, hold on, I'll Google that. Hold on, I will Google that. That means, hold on, I'll go and find out using Google, right? So I hope that sentence is clear for you, Dalia. Hi, I'm late, but this is my first class from Argentina. Hello, Gabriela, and welcome, and thank you for coming. Don't worry about being late. You can always watch the class after it's finished. It lives on YouTube forever, or for as long as YouTube is going to be alive, at least. To Google YouTubing. Yes, I like that. To Google YouTubing. So YouTube says you may Google is added to both the Oxford Dictionary and They've actually made YouTube a verb themselves on one of their official blogs. How to YouTube? Well, there you go. So yeah, YouTube can also be used as a verb these days. How to YouTube? Well, that's not. Yeah, I knew that you could say that, but like I haven't heard anybody say I'm YouTubing, right? Like I haven't heard. Yeah, I haven't really heard that, but apparently, YouTube is a verb. So yeah, you can. So you can say something like, "Hey, how do we make?" What do we say? "Hey, how do we make shawarma?" And you say, "Hold on, I'll YouTube it." And then you YouTube it, and then you discover that, oh my God, Food AF and Karim have a shawarma video that you can find. so yes, you can use it definitely as a verb. No problems there. We need a lesson about social media. Ooh, that could be an interesting lesson. A lesson about social media. it feels incorrect to say I'm YouTubing. Yeah, I know, right? So some words just sound funny, right? They sound weird. So you're not going to hear a lot of people. Saying it. And by the way, I think that's part of the reason. That's part of why sometimes words don't make it. Like all of you asked logical questions. Hey, if we say this and we say this, why don't we say this and why don't we say that? Well, people sometimes don't like something if it doesn't sound cool. That's humanity for you. To Google YouTubing. Yeah. To Google YouTubing. All right, next word. To turn on. So you guys know this. To turn on. So to turn on is to, most of you should know this word. All of you turned on your phones. You guys are fast today. So let's see. To switch on something to put the car on. Yes, Nadia, that's correct. To turn on the light. Summer, yes. Rosa says to switch on the light, the radio, or other devices. Very good, Rosa. Manal says to turn on the light. Jerby says turn on the light. A lot of you people are saying turn on the light, turn on the light, turn on the light. Ming says to open. That depends by what you mean by to open, right? If you're talking about doors, for example, then no, right? If you're talking about windows, then no. But if you're talking about devices, then yes, all right? To make something start working. To make something start working. Yeah, that's a good one. To make something start working. Can we say turn on the car? Yes, you can say turn on the car. To turn on means to start. Yes, in a lot of cases. Does turn on have a different meaning, such as more attractive? Does turn on have a different meaning, such as more attractive? Okay. How do I answer this in a YouTube-friendly way? No, Bakhit, right? So to turn on doesn't mean you're attractive, right? It doesn't mean you're attractive. To turn, if something... All right, let's see. How do I explain this? I'm trying not to embarrass myself here. Okay, so let's see. If something turns you on, right? If you say, hey, this really turns me on, it means it makes you... It makes you sexually attracted to somebody, right? So it doesn't mean that you're beautiful, right? It means that you started a reaction in this person of being attracted to somebody, but in a sexual manner, right? So that is the best way and the closest way that I will be able to explain it on this channel. So that's what it means. But it does not mean to be attractive, right? Turn on the lights, yes. Power on. Boom, 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 boom. To power on something. Yes, in some cases, and no in some cases. Because we don't say, hey, can you please power on the lights, right? Nobody says that. People usually say turn on the lights. So, yeah, be careful with to power. What was the word, sorry, that you had? To power on, yeah. Be careful with power on. It's not... You can't always interchange it with to turn on. It doesn't work for everything. What about books? What about books? Are you talking about turn on? No. If you're talking about turn on, then we can't use it with books. Turn on the engine? Yes, Cesare. I hope, man, I wish I knew how to say your name. Cesare or Cesar? I have no idea. I hope I'm saying it, one of them is correct. Yep, Sammy, I'm sorry. That's the best that I can explain. Turn on the other meaning for you on this channel. If you really, really, really want to know, then yes, right? So I would suggest listening to Summer and just Google it. And that's how you use Google in as a verb. This music turns me on. This music turns me on to dance. Turns me on to dance. No, I wouldn't say turn you on. to dance. But you can say that this music turns me on, and it's the meaning that Sammy is asking about, right? So you guys can go figure out that later. To turn on the radio, yes, Arich, that is correct. Can we say turn on the page? Turn on the page. No, it doesn't mean turn. No. If you're talking about turning on, as in like when you hold something and you go like this, right? That's turn over, right? You're turning over a page. It's not turning on a page. Turn on the window. Nope. I remember I said turn on does not work for windows or doors or things that are inanimate, right? Things that don't really, not inanimate, sorry. For things that are, that don't have some kind of power, right? So electrical power usually is what we're talking about. Turn on the car engine. Yes, all of these are correct, right? So to start or to give power to something that's usually a device or electrical, right? So something that's usually electrical or some kind of device, we use turn on, right? So you turn on the computer, your phone, the fridge, the TV, anything like that, right? Turn the page. Yes, turn the page. All right, let's carry on. To turn off, very simple. To turn off, it's the opposite of to turn on, right? So to turn on is to give power or to start everything up. To turn off is to stop, right? So to take the power away, right? Or to stop the power and turn something off. Oh, excuse me. To turn off, it's the opposite of turn on. Yes, Rosa, that is it. Could it be disconnected? No, it's not the same as disconnect. Turn off the radio. Yes. Turn off the car. Yes. Turn off means to take the power from any electronic device. Yes. Nai says, hello everyone. Hello, Nai. I'm assuming you just came to the class. So you're a little late, but thanks for coming. Don't forget, you can watch what you missed after the video is uploaded on YouTube. So after the class is finished. How do you turn the computer off? Yes, Jacqueline, that's a good sentence. Turn off, switch off, to leave the road. Turn on, yes, to leave the road, to turn off, yeah, but that's a different, that's a different meaning. To turn off this road, right, means to take a right or left turn from the road that you are driving on. Is it different to turn off and to give up? Yeah, they're not the same meaning, Cesar. To give up means to surrender, right? To quit, to give up, to say that, I can't do this anymore. But to turn off is like we said, right? It's the opposite of to turn on. Turn off the light. Yes, Gilmar, that is very good. All right, next word is right away. Right away. Right away. And if you notice, when people say it, it sounds like one word, right? Right away. Right away. Turn off the lights after finishing reading a book. Yes, turn off the lights. That's it. All right, so a lot of you are, Pilar is saying right away means right now, immediately. Arij is saying right now. Johnny says immediately. Manal says immediately, at once, instantly, directly, immediately. Rosa, yep, that's very good. Hasnain says immediately, right away, immediately. All of you are getting it. I think everybody knows this word. Very good, yes, right? So right away, as all of you said the word immediately, which is very, very good, right? So very soon or quickly or immediately, right? Right away. Do it right now. Hey, when do you want me to send this letter? Right away. You didn't send it yet? Right? So right away, like right now. Pamela is asking, what is the difference between right away and right now? Nothing, right? That's what we're saying, right? So right away means right now, do it now, right? Don't wait. Right away, immediately, right now. Clean your room right away. Yes, Manel, that's a good sentence. Very nice. All right, carrying on. Oh my God, the time. Where does the time go? The next word is pick up. So what is pick up? Arish said, oh, thank you very much. I try to make my explanations as clear as I possibly can, or humanly possible. So what is to pick up, you guys? I want you to read my sentence right away, but I wanted you to read my sentence right away, but you didn't. That's a good example. If it's an example. If it's not an example, then I'm sorry, Morocco, I didn't see your sentence. But yes, that's a good sentence. I need someone to help me right away. Very good. Turn off the light right away. Turn off the light right away. Yeah, that's not bad. That's two phrasal verbs together. To lift, I will pick you up. To hold in your hands. I pick them up. All right, so all of you guys are writing to hold, to lift. Let's see what you guys are talking about. And that is correct. So to lift from the floor. Now, I do want to say something, right? Some of you are saying to hold, and that is not to pick up, right? So if I'm just holding this cup of coffee right now in my hand, I can't say, oh, look, I picked up the coffee, or I'm picking up the coffee right now, I'm picking up the coffee. That's wrong, right? So that's not hold. Pick up is not the same as hold. Pick up is, like most of you said, to lift something off a surface, right? So here it says floor, so I would add a floor or a surface, because you can pick up something off the table too, right? It doesn't have to be the floor. It's not only the floor, right? So I don't want this to confuse you guys. So it's not just floor, right? So floor and any kind of surface, right? So my coffee cup right now, it's on the table and you guys can't see it. So so let me pretend that my hand is the table, right? So my coffee cup is right there, and hopefully I'm not going to drop it on the keyboard and the computer and destroy everything and have Julian come in here and not be very happy. So so there's my coffee cup, right? Imagine this is a table. So that moment right there, right? When I go like this with my hand and I lift, right? This is called picking up. I'm picking up, right? Taking. No, I wouldn't say picking up is a direct synonym for taking, right? Because I can take something without picking it up, right? So it's not exactly the same. To pick up means something was standing still somewhere on the floor or on a table, on a shelf, something like that, right? And then you pick it up. That means you lift it, right? You lift it in the direction of up from the surface that it's standing on, right? So this is to pick up. I hope that is clear, you guys. Oh, okay. Summer is saying to take a piece of fruit. What do you mean, Summer? Like, are you taking fruit from a tree, or like a piece of fruit that's in a bowl or in a table, on a table or something like that? Because it's different. It's not the same. If you're talking about trees, we say we are picking fruit. There's no up. There's no prepositions, right? What are you doing? I'm picking apples, right? So you're just picking fruit off the trees. But to pick up means something is on a flat surface somewhere and it's not moving, right? And then you pick it up, right? You pick it up. Can I say this music picked me up to the past? It means it reminded me. No, that's not the correct. Phrasal verb that you want, Sammy. You want to say this music brought me back, or reminded me of the past, just simply like that. Oh, Hassanaya has a different meaning for pick up, which is correct. Very good. It means to acquire something like skills, right? And yeah, that's very good, right? So you can say, for example, hey, do you know any Japanese? And I'll say, well, not really. I don't know a lot of Japanese, but when I went to Japan, I picked up some Japanese because I stayed there for 2 months, right? That means, yes, you acquired some Japanese, right? Just because I was there, right? So I picked up some Japanese. I was able to learn, to acquire something. Yeah, very good. That's another meaning. You should pick up the key on the floor and open the door. Very nice, Delia. That is a good sentence. What about picking up someone? Oh, that is a good question, Arij. To pick up someone means... to pick up someone means to pass by somebody, right? So to visit them, usually with a car, right? So for example, let's say I'm at home and you are on the street or you're somewhere, right? And I call you and I say, hey, hey Arij, where are you? And you're like, oh, nothing, I'm just sitting up at home. I'm like, okay, do you want to go, hey, do you feel like going to the mall today? Let's go eat something at the mall. And you say, oh, sure, I'll meet you there. And I'll say, oh, well, actually, my car is not working today. Can you pick me up on the way? Pick me up. That means pass by me and take me with you, right? So usually in a car, right? That's what to pick up someone means. Pick you up with my car. Yes, Noor. That's exactly the example that I was talking about right now. Yes, you pick up someone with your car. Pick up my kids from school. That's a very good sentence, Nai. Yes. To pick up kids from school. That means to go and get your kids from school, right? Give them a ride home. What about picking up a person and kidnapping? Nope, they are not the same, Nadia. Kidnapping is when you take somebody against their will. They don't want to go with you, right? And you take them, right? It's like stealing, but for people, right? When you steal people, we don't say steal, we say kidnap. So that's different. No, picking up a person, usually that means they know you're coming to pick them up, or they're your friends. So if you pass by them to pick them up, they will not be angry or unhappy or sad or scared or anything like that. Rosa has a sentence. My son arrives today, so I'm going to pick him up from the station. Yes, that's a good sentence, Rosa. Very well done. That's a good sentence, Morocco. When I listen to an English conversation, I pick up almost 80% of the words. Yeah, that means his ears, they understand about 80% of the words, right? He picks up these words. He recognizes them. That's another meaning. Very good. Ooh, that's a very good one, Manal. Manal says, let's pick up from where we left off next time. From where we... last time, you mean. From last. Let's pick up. Because let's pick up means what? Let's continue, right? So in this meaning, you're using it as continue. Let's continue. So from last time, right? Not next time. Yes, Manal. Very good. That's it. Very well done. You guys are doing great. All right, let's carry on. Sooner or later. What's that? What's sooner or later? Come on, you fast lightning typers. Eventually, okay. It might take time or might not for something to be done. Okay. Quickly or delete? Huh? What is quickly or delete? I don't know what you're talking about, Noor. Before or after? No, I wouldn't say before or after. At some future time, okay, I would agree with that. That's a bit better. Some future time, any future, sometime in the future, you mean, Pilar, I think. No matter what, it will happen. That's a different way to explain it from Morocco. Very good. You'll have to end this class sooner or later. Yes, Manel. Very, very good. The near past, no, Arij, it's not the past. So the people that are getting this correct is the meaning of this one, right? So it's the same as inevitable, right? So if you guys know the word inevitable, it's another way of saying sooner or later, right? So sooner or later just means eventually it will happen, right? It might happen soon, today, tomorrow, blah blah blah. If it doesn't, it's still going to happen later, right? So it's a way of saying that it's going to happen, right? You can't stop it, right? Sooner or later, I will die, right? Sooner or later, I will die. I can't stop that. There's no way for me to stop it. And if you guys know a way, give me a call. But yeah, sooner or later, I will die, for example, right? So it's inevitable. It's something that you cannot avoid, right? Sooner or later. It will. Ooh, Nadia has a very good phrase there. It says it will happen by hook or by crook. Yes, but that's a little bit old, Nadia. Nobody says nobody, or at least I don't hear it. I would say it's super rare. I'll buy a car sooner. You need to say the full phrase, Arij. You can't just say sooner without later, right? So I'll buy a car sooner or later. You have to say or later. Sooner or later, I will sleep. Yes, that's a good sentence, Noor. Can you write that word, please? Which word, Morocco? Are you talking about inevitable? Is that the word that you mean? I think that's the word you mean, right? So inevitable. That's the word, right? So inevitable. That's the word. All right, what are you guys saying? Sooner, what's the difference between Oh, okay. What's the difference between inevitable and imminent? That's a good question, Sammy. The difference between inevitable and imminent. So Sammy is asking, what is the difference between inevitable and imminent? The difference is actually simple, right? So the difference is time, right? When you say something is inevitable, you're not really telling me when it's going to happen. You're just telling me, hey, it's going to happen now or later, whenever it's going to happen, right? There's no way around it. But if you are, for example, they were in imminent danger, right? That means imminent here means that something is going to happen very, very soon, right? It's almost right there at hand, right? It's going to happen immediately, or it's going to happen very, very, very soon. That's really the only difference, right? So imminent just focuses on when is something going to happen, and the meaning is it's going to happen now, right? Or it's about to happen, right? Just about to happen. But inevitable means something's going to happen sooner or later. That means it can happen now, it can happen 10 years from now, but it's going to happen. So it's what you're focusing on, what you're trying to say. I hope that was clear. All right, let's carry on. Last word of the day, people. We're almost there. Yes, very good, Rosa, right? So inevitable or sooner or later is something that's going to happen at an indefinite time or an undefined time. Yes, very good. Arij is saying, as soon as I can. Well, no, because you don't use it for yourself as eminent is an adjective, right? So it's always describing something. Like I said in my example, imminent danger, right? That means they were facing imminent danger. I mean, danger that was about to happen right now, right? That's going to happen very, very soon. So it's an adjective. Just don't forget that. All right, to get up, I think this one's pretty easy. Come on, what is to get up? Everybody knows this. To get up is to, all of you are already answering. To get up means to wake up. To pick or lift yourself up from somewhere. I got up from the chair. Okay, very good. That's another meaning too. I get up early. Yes, very well. To get up, to wake up, or stand up. Very good. Yep, all of you are obviously getting this one. This one's easy. I know it's easy for you guys. To rise from a chair or a bed, right? To rise from a chair or a bed. And I would also say, like you guys said, also to wake up, right? So to get up is another common meaning for to wake up, right? And that's it. So to rise up from a chair or bed, or to wake up. Nice saying, get up, you are late for school. Yes, I used to hear that all the time when I was in high school, or when I was in school in general. Get up. I'm not a morning person. If you guys don't know this by now, I am not a morning person at all. Morning is not my favorite time of the day. I got up my office. I'm not sure what you mean, Arij. What do you mean by I got up my office? I would say no, that's not a correct sentence. But more importantly, what are you trying to say? I don't understand what you're trying to say. Children get up late on holidays. Yes. Okay. Now, I actually, what's the time? I don't know. Do you guys have another 10 minutes? 10 minutes? 15 minutes? There's something that I want to explain, but it's already 1 hour, so I don't know if you guys want to continue or not. I got up late today. Oh, everybody's saying yes, 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 yes. Okay, okay, all right. We'll we'll continue. We'll continue. Relax. Man, it's nice. You know, it makes me happy when you have people that actually want to learn. That's very cool. It's nice. Okay, so I do want to talk a few more minutes about something that I think is important. So let's take a look quickly here, right? So go ahead. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you very much. All right, let's go ahead. So separable and inseparable phrasal verbs. And some of you guys already know what I'm talking about because I've seen in your examples, a lot of you already know this, which is great. So I'll try to go through this briefly, but in a concise, clear way. So let's go. So separable and inseparable phrasal verbs. What do we mean by that? So usually, all of you guys should have noticed by now, phrasal verbs is usually 2 or more words, right? It's not usually just one word, right? It's 2 or more. So, for example, let's take a look at the word put on, right? So the 2 words work together in a sentence to make a verb. He put on his jacket, right? In this meaning is he put on his jacket, right? He wore his jacket. Now, you guys know this. Some of you know this because I've seen it in the chat. A lot of you wrote very good examples with this. Some phrasal verbs, you can pull the 2 words apart and put another word in the middle, right? So instead of trying to explain what that is, let's take a look at a sentence. So he says, he put his jacket on. And this is what we mean, right? So usually, put on is together, right? So your 2 words are usually together, right? So he put on his jacket. But sometimes you can separate them and put some stuff in the middle and it still works. For example, he put his jacket on. And that's perfectly fine. There is nothing wrong there's nothing wrong with this sentence, right? So he put his jacket on. Adriano, hello Adriano, and welcome to the class, and thank you for coming. It's we're almost finished, but remember you can always watch the lessons after the video is over, right? All the videos are going to be on the channel. All right, so remember, right? I just want to talk about this part. So he put his jacket on, or she turned her computer off, for example. So the important thing is this doesn't work for everything, right? So I'm sorry, you guys, you know English, right? English is the language of exceptions. When we give you a rule, there has to be an exception somewhere for it. So how do you know this? Well, you have to get used to it, right? There are some rules, but again, there are also exceptions, right? But I'm going to give you a rule that hopefully will make it a little bit easier. So let's see. Turn off can be pulled apart, and another word can be put in the middle. So turned off is another example of a separable phrasal verb, right? Separable means we can separate it, right? Inseparable means you can't separate it. So whether a phrasal verb is pulled apart in a sentence or whether it stays together does not change the meaning. And this is also important to remember, right? Sometimes some people think if I say it together, it has a different meaning than if I separate them. And that's not true, right? The meaning is exactly the same. It's just a different style of talking. Think of it this way, right? It's just a different way, a different style to talk. Rosa says that's what confuses me most of the time. When is separable and when is inseparable? Yay! So hopefully, Rosa, we will make it clear today. All right, so let's take a look at some sentences. He put on his jacket. He put his jacket on. No problems. She turned off her computer. She turned her computer off. No problems. We called up our friends. We called our friends up. Again, no problems so far, right? So all of these are separable. Now, each pair of sentences has the same meaning, right? And that's what's important to not forget. The meaning is the same, you guys. It does not affect the meaning at all. So if you're thinking to yourself, I don't know how to do the inseparable one, but you want to do it because you think it's going to change the meaning, don't worry, right? It's not going to change the meaning. So each pair of sentences has the same meaning. All of the sentences are correct. Notice that the word put in the middle of the separable phrasal verbs is always a noun. All right, so there you go, Rosa. So if you guys notice, all the words that we put in the middle, they are usually nouns. If the noun is a pronoun, then the two words of the phrasal verb must be separated. Now, please, please, please focus on this, right? Because this is a little bit confusing for some people. I'll say it one more time. If you want to separate your phrasal verb, the word that is in the middle must be a noun. All right? It has to be a noun. Now, if it's a pronoun, then it's not a choice anymore. It's not up to you. It's not, hey, I can separate it or not separate it. No, if it's a pronoun, you have to separate the word, right? So let's take a look. Let's take a look at some examples. Shravya says he has to leave. Thank you, Shravya, for coming to the class so far, and have a great day. I'll see you next week. Thank you. So let's take a look, right? He put on it. That doesn't work, right? He put on it. Well, because remember, we said pronouns, right? So he put it on, right? He put it on. That's the correct way to say this. She turned off it. Again, doesn't really work. It doesn't even sound right, right? He turned off it. It's just weird. So she turned it off, right? She turned it off. We called up them. Again, it's just wrong, right? It sounds wrong. So we called them up. And that's it, right? So please remember, this part is super, super important right here, right? So notice, I'll say it one more time. The word that we put in the middle of separable phrasal verbs is always a noun. Now, the extra part to the rule. If this noun is a pronoun, then you have to separate it, right? It's not a choice. You have to separate it. All right. Inseparable phrasal verbs cannot be pulled apart. So, for example, the children get on the school bus. The children get the school bus on. Children get the school bus on. Right? It just sounds weird. So, get on cannot be pulled apart. So, get on is inseparable, right? Depending on the meaning and use, some phrasal verbs can be both separable and inseparable. Now, I know, this sounds very, very strange. How can it be inseparable and separable at the same time? Karim, you're driving us crazy. Well, it's because it depends on the meaning, right? So it depends on the meaning and use, right? How you use it. So, for example, he took off his jacket. He took off his jacket. That's the normal way without separating it, right? And that's fine. He took his jacket off, and that's fine, right? Remember, pronouns, if you have a pronoun, you have to separate it. So his jacket off. He took it off. Again, okay, always separate with a pronoun. The plane took off for Seattle. The plane took off for Seattle. Now, this one is inseparable, right? It doesn't match any of the things that we've talked about. The plane took for Seattle off? No, because like we said, it's inseparable, so it doesn't work. If took off is used to mean, now this is why it works sometimes. Like, remember, it depends on the meaning and the use, right? So if took off is used to mean remove clothes, then you can separate it. If took off is the meaning that we talked about for when an airplane, right, leaves the ground, the moment that an airplane leaves the ground, then it's not. It's inseparable, right? And that's it. So hopefully this part was clear. If it's not, I know it's a lot of info here. Just go back and watch it again, right? Go back and watch it again. The doc in the chat. I don't have a doc today, Rosa. There's no exercise. Well, I have a doc for the exercise, but I don't have a doc for this. You know what's a good way to get to get this stuff? If you're watching the video, I usually stop every now and then on the pages, and excuse me, guys. I think I'm going to sneeze, and you should not hear this. All right, I'm back. Hold on. I think. Okay, it's so annoying when the sneeze is right there, but it doesn't come, and it goes away, and it comes, and it goes away. All right. Bless you. Oh, thank you, guys. Thank you so much. All right. So as I was saying, if you notice, I stop a lot. So a simple way, if you want, just make sure that you make the screen when you're watching the YouTube video, right? So for example, like here, when you're watching, just make sure that the screen is full screen, and then just take a what's it called? Take a screenshot of the part that you want to remember, right? But I'm sorry, Rosa, I don't really have. Oh, thank you. Everybody's saying bless you in the chat. Thank you so much. But I don't have a doc for the lesson. I only have a doc for the exercise. I can share the exercise document with you guys if you want, but I don't have one for the lesson. Sorry. Yeah, and that's pretty much it for today's lesson. I do have an exercise, but we've already gone for an hour and a half. I don't think anybody really wants to stay anymore. It's been a long lesson today. Oh, you're welcome, Rosa. Yeah. Just take a screenshot, and it's even easier on your phone, right? Because on your phone, well, actually, it's pretty easy on the computer too, right? You only press a button and you take a screenshot of what you want. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, great! Everybody says they got the lesson and that it was useful. Yay! That makes me go home feeling happy. I feel like I did something, which is great, fantastic. Okay, so we're done. I think I'll let you guys go without an exercise today. Most of you, we did a lot of sentences in the chat anyway, so I really don't think you need or we need to spend more time on the exercise. So, since we are at the end of today's lesson, I just want to remind everybody, please don't forget, subscribe. Oh, some people already did. Very nice. Good job, you guys. So please don't forget to subscribe to Smart English. We are almost at 100,000 subscribers. Let's do it, you guys. Let's get to 100,000 subscribers. So please subscribe to the channel. At the very bottom, don't forget, find my face and click on my face, and it will take you to my Smrt page right over there. You can also subscribe over there if you like. I have some videos around Vancouver. I have phrases that I do every now and then whenever I have a chance. I know that I have not been uploading as much as I can, and I apologize for this, but the reason is the new college semester just started, and I am teaching a lot of classes for the college this semester, and it's just so much work. I have so much work to do, and I'm trying as best and as much as I can to do the videos also, right? Even Food AF, if you noticed, I haven't uploaded a video in about 3 weeks now. It's just time. I wish there was more than 24 hours in one day, but unfortunately there isn't. Manal is saying the other dude, what's his name? When's the other dude? Well, the other dude, his name is Kent Manal. And that's why I said subscribe. If you subscribe and you hit the bell button, you will know when all our lessons are going to be. So this is Kent. His next lesson is... When is Kent's next lesson? It's on the 15th, right? So 15th at 3:30 p.m. Vancouver time. Noor is asking, how far are you from your job and your house? Oh, you mean how far do I live from work? That's one thing that makes life a little bit easier. I actually not very far. I live very, very, very close to work. If I go by bus or by SkyTrain, SkyTrain is what they call the metro here, which is kind of cool. It's called the SkyTrain, but it doesn't fly. It's just a normal metro or train. So if I take the train or the bus, it takes me about 5 minutes to go home, which is fantastic. If I walk, I can walk there in about 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. but I am the laziest person on this planet, and there is no way that you will get me to walk when I wake up in the morning, so I take the bus. So that's just me. So if you guys want to know when the classes are, don't forget, you can just subscribe here and you will get notifications about when the classes are coming, right? Please also subscribe to my channel. You'll get some random videos about Vancouver and some phrases that I do every now and then. Don't forget Food AF. If you like food like human beings and you like to eat, come and check me out over there and join my food tribe. That would make me very, very happy. And that's pretty much it. So Facebook, guys, don't forget, the name of the group for Smrt is Learn English on Facebook with Smrt, right? Learn English on Facebook with Smrt. Very big group. Everybody is super nice, super awesome in the group. We help each other out with English-related stuff. So please come and join us over there. It will be fun. And I think that is pretty much it. So since we are done, it is time! It is time for movie quote of the week. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so remember, the reigning champion for movie quote of the week is Summer. 5 times in a row, Summer is the undefeated champion since she started, which is pretty amazing. Since Summer started doing the movie challenge of the week, she has not yet been defeated. Noor is saying, may I order your food? You know, there's a YouTube channel actually that has this idea. Like, people write in video requests where they order the food, and then the guy on the channel, he makes the food and then he eats it, of course, because the people are in another country. But that might be an interesting idea. Who knows? Make an order, and I might make it if I can. All right, so let's go to the movie quote of the week. I will say this because I say this every week and nobody listens. Please, I will say the movie quote. When I say it, if you know what the movie is, don't tell me in the chat. Don't tell me in the chat, because you're just helping everybody else, right? So don't help the other people. And because when I close the chat, I don't see your answers anymore. And then it's hard for me to see who was first and whatever, right? So please, after I say the movie quote, that will be the end of the video. When I turn the video off, it will be the comment section for the video will open on YouTube, and you can type your answer there. It makes it easier for me because then I can see it. I can see the time that you did it, and I can very fairly tell who is first, right? So please type it in the comment section, not here. And you guys are so awesome. Everybody is typing a lot of really, really nice and kind things in the chat, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks, you guys. That's very nice of you. Okay, so here we go. Movie quote of the week. By the way, this is one of my favorite things that I like to say, right? Like, I say this when I'm standing by myself alone in front of a mirror somewhere, right? It's I just like the way that it sounds. So I'm gonna do this, and if you know what the movie is, don't forget. Don't tell me in the comments. Don't tell me, sorry, in the chat. Tell me in the comments. So here we go. Get ready, and I'm going to have to make a voice for this. So here we go. This is the movie quote. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so here we go. So imagine that this is a cigar, right? So this is my cigar. It's like, I need to make the voice first. All right, here we go. You're good, kid. Real good. But as long as I'm around, you'll always be second best, say? I just love to say that. All right, here it is. One more time. You're good, kid. Real good. But as long as I'm around, you'll always be second best, say? All right, so that's it. That was the movie quote for this week. If you know what the movie is, don't forget, don't tell me now, and write it in the comment section. And let's see if you guys can beat Summer today. And I think that's pretty much it. So let me just go full screen here. And I am big again. So yeah, so that's it. Thank you guys so much for coming and spending this hour and a half with me on Wednesday. As usual, my Wednesdays are awesome because of the stream. I really look forward to Wednesdays every week. I have a lot of fun doing this, and yeah, it's really, really, really cool. So thank you so much for coming to the class. And it's nice to see that everybody thinks my impression was hilarious. I'm sure you're laughing at me, not with me. And I'm okay with that. It's fine. You sound like President Trump. No, I don't sound like President Trump. This is Trump. It's fake news. Sad. This is Trump. But yeah. All right. Thank you. Everybody's having a lot of fun in the chat. That's great. So that's it. So if you know what the movie is, don't forget, type it in the comment after the video is over. And thank you so much, you guys, for coming. It's my It's my pleasure. Really, it is. You don't need to say all the stuff you guys are saying in the chat. You're embarrassing me. But thank you, right? So I will see you guys next Wednesday, as usual. Same time, 3 o'clock, 3 p.m. Vancouver time. And I think that's pretty much it. So I'll sign off, and I'll see you, until I see you next week. Good morning, good evening, and a good night. And let me disappear. A 1, a 2.